Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Injured Gadgets LG Nexus 5 Complete Digitizer LCD Removal and Reinstallation Guide. There are a few tools you're going to need for this. One kit we sell is about $7 on our website. It has a Nylon Spudger, micro phillips screwdriver, microfiber cloth, and a few other things. The first thing you want to do is remove your SIM card from this phone and the battery backdoor cover from the back of the device before you start repairing it. Make sure your device is powered off if it's not already powered off. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our micro phillips screwdriver. We're using the one from our 54-bit iFixit toolkit. The links to these products are in the description below, but you're going to use your micro phillips screwdriver on this. We're going to go ahead and remove these screws right here. I'm going to speed this part up a little bit. They're all micro phillips screws and they all appear to be the same size. Alright, with those removed, this little top bracket will come off pretty easily. And after that, we're going to go ahead and disconnect our battery. It's that little flex cable right there. I like to disconnect the battery as soon as possible, and that's the first step you gotta do to remove the battery or disconnect it. Now there's 4 more screws at the very bottom right here. We're gonna go ahead and remove these 4 00 Phillips screws as well. And with those screws removed, you can go ahead and remove the bracket in the bottom as well. Alright, so these steps really aren't necessary if you're just doing the digitizer glass assembly, but I'm just going to show you how to disconnect a few things. That's how you disconnect the LCD digitizer flex cable on the bottom. You will need to disconnect that one. The next one is the rear camera. You only need to take these steps if you are removing and exchanging the whole housing assembly. Alright, after that, you can just go ahead and put that back in. I'm just kind of showing you how to push that back in. Then there is the front camera flex cable, as well as this flex cable, which is kind of like a secondary motherboard. And then there's 2 coaxial antenna cables, that white one and the black one on the right side. So with all those removed, your motherboard would come out, all the flex cables would come out. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is take our heat gun and heat up the front LCD assembly. Now on our website we carry 2 versions. We have it with the LCD assembly, which is essentially the repair I'm doing with you guys today. And then we have it with the entire front housing. You'll really only want to do the front housing if your sides are mangled up and you don't want to replace just the LCD assembly. Alright, so I am speeding this up a little bit. We're going to go ahead and use our iSesamo tool, try and get a crease in there, and remove the LCD assembly. Now I'm going to use a playing card because I don't want to break this LCD assembly, but obviously if your LCD is already broken, go ahead and go at it. Go ahead and keep using the heat gun, kind of trying to separate the LCD from the frame, and it'll come loose. Now with the LCD assembly loose from the frame, you're going to want to go ahead and disconnect a few things on the back. Alright, so I'm going to disconnect this flex cable right here because I essentially need to pull it up to get the digitizer LCD flex loose from the frame. I'm going to use my Nylon Spudger, and this little flex cable and everything will come out pretty easily. If you're having a hard time, use a little heat gun. Sometimes it's stuck on there with adhesive. And we're going to go ahead and pull it off. Alright, you can see this flex cable right here. This is the LCD digitizer flex cable of your assembly. It's kind of stuck down. We're going to lift it off. And once it is lifted off, then you can go ahead and pull the front glass assembly with this flex cable apart from the frame. Once again, if you need to add some heat to disconnect it, to loosen it up, use the heat. Alright, so I've got it pulled off now almost. Alright, so from here I'm going to show you guys how to do the reinstall. We're going to use our red tape here. Pretty much you would just cut out the 1mm to 1.5 or 2mm red tape, put it along the top, the bottoms, and the sides. Hopefully we're going to have some Nexus 5 tape templates in the future, but for now we're using red tape. And since this adhesive was still good, I'm not really using it, but that was the red tape. The description and the link are, the link is in the description below on where you can buy it. And we're going to go ahead and reinsert our assembly now and do the reinstall of the LG Google Nexus 5. Alright, make sure that the LCD and glass are completely flush and flat. Make sure all the remnant glass that was broken is removed. Lay that flex cable back down properly, and then go ahead and lay this flex cable. Make sure both the coaxial antenna cables are connected on both sides. Obviously one is antenna, one is Wi-Fi, and other things like that. So if you don't connect it on both sides right here, I'm kind of pointing it out afterwards, then you're not going to have either data signal, you're not going to have 4G, you're not going to have Wi-Fi, etc. Alright, let's go ahead and plug that flex cable back in. The second coaxial, make sure you thread it where it's supposed to thread, and then plug that in. If it somehow popped out, ours did. Yours may not. Alright, once that's plugged in, we're going to go ahead and grab our little bottom bracket, place that down, and we're going to screw that in. Alright, go ahead and plug your battery flex connector back in. Make sure that the cameras are all plugged in and everything is good to go. And we're going to screw in the top bracket with the 00 Phillips screws. With that back on, go ahead and put your backdoor battery cover back in. Put your SIM card in if you took it out. Make sure this clips in all the way. Once it is, you can go ahead and power your phone on. Make sure you test out the touch screen, the ear speaker, the volume buttons, etc. before you obviously start using it. And there you have it. The Google Nexus 5 repair is complete. Make sure to visit us at enjoygadgets.com. Check us out for parts, tools. This is the iFixit screwdriver that we have. And thanks for watching, guys.